that we're able to serve multiple business categories.
Now, for the creatives who want to come and join Onesha, how's the process looking like for them?
First of all, they have to be either referred by someone who knows Onesha. We have a very strict vetting mechanism for anyone who wants to join the Onesha network. So you have to be referred by someone who is within the Onesha network. We have to reach out directly to you based on either your work on Instagram or Behance or these social media platforms. So we have to reach out to you. Thirdly, you can apply through our website, whereby you send in your portfolio, your CV, as well as your links to your work. And that is onesha.co.ke, or you send us an email, creatives@onesha.co.ke. Our creatives director will be able to get back to you in less than 24 hours.
Right. Now, back to matters in the country. Yeah. And I would love to get your view on this.
Sure.
They're saying that the BBI focuses on young people trying to start business and who are frustrated by how taxation works, and all the all the barriers that are there to the thriving of business. It is calling for a 7-year tax holiday, I'm seeing here, for new businesses, which is obviously will be started by the youth. Do you think that BBI can solve the youth problems and the youth business problems in the country?
I mean, in any country that wants to progress economically, I think, of course, policy is very, very important in terms of what policy has been set to make the business environment friendly for entrepreneurs to start businesses. That is number one. And I think the president has done a very good job in setting up that environment. Secondly is the private sector involved in what politicians group together to do. For example, in this BBI thing, we've had as far as most of us know, we haven't seen anyone from the private sector who has been actually put there to actually say what do the youth want, what do businesses want. We don't know the type of consultation that was done for them to come up with those policies. So it's very, very important, even as politicians, they actually front someone during these launches, someone from the private sector, to actually say, this is what the BBI report means to the private sector. Most people who run businesses may not have the 2 hours time to read the BBI report, or they may not have actually that ability to translate that BBI report into actual business decisioning. So it requires someone from the private sector to enable entrepreneurs, to enable businesses, to enable founders, to enable any average kind of who's running a business to interpret what this means. When you say 7 years tax holiday, what does that mean?
Right.
It may sound fancy, but
what does it mean on the ground?
Different. So it becomes very difficult for you to do business. So I think it's very essential for politicians to involve the private sector in matters of policy and what the public see. Right. Yeah. So when you say you are going to solve the problem of unemployment by giving a wheelbarrow, that is actually a very good idea. It's not something that people should bash off. When you give someone a wheelbarrow, you actually should expect them to use that wheelbarrow for good. Yeah. So are they going to use the wheelbarrow for construction? Are they going to use the wheelbarrow for enabling people in Nairobi carry things from point A to C?
So specifically on how exactly it solves the problem.
How is it actually solving the problem? You may do it, yes, for public stunts, but I think we need to have a very strong follow-up in terms of how these donations are done. Our politicians might want to achieve their own objective, but do we have someone from the business sector who ensures that these things that are being given by politicians end up to the youth? Right. And that is one of the key things that Onesha focuses on. How do we work with government, with various ecosystems, to create the next 1 million jobs in Africa profitably? Right.
Now, that means that there is need for better engagement of youth and enabling them to be part of tackling some of these challenges that they are facing and finding the solutions. Thank you very much for having this conversation with me. Unfortunately, we could not have enough time to go through all that we have. Sure. But you are a regular now. We can have this conversation.
I should get a seat.
Definitely. Thank you for joining me, and good luck with Onesha.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. Now, I'll be coming back in a short while to have a sit down with Oyo Clinton, who will help me understand and break down exactly into the very specific details of the BBI report. Of course, this is someone who is well versed in matters the law. So stay tuned. I'm taking a very, very short break and continuing this conversation right here on KUTV's Rise Today, Biashara Tuesday. Over the past 10 years, technology has revolutionized our daily interactions, transactions, and even how we think. It has progressed in almost every field imaginable in Kenya, with creation of amazing tools and resources that put vital information at our fingertips. I am Richard Okenye, and on Tech Voice this Tuesday, I take a look at technology evolution in Kenya.
Good morning. I'm excited to join you today as we unveil an innovative device financing solution.
When they are not giving you a cheap 4G-enabled smartphone for as little as 10 shillings or 20 per day, mobile network carriers like Safaricom and Airtel try to make your internet experience better. Partnerships with Google and Facebook have seen Kenyans enjoy benefits ranging from free Facebook to affordable YouTube data bundles for as low as Kenyan shillings 10. Throughout the pandemic, Kenyans heavily relied on the digital platforms to get informed, entertained, transact, and consume digital content. The rise of internet culture and technology has also birthed a new crop of online careers. Clout that was previously reserved for career entertainers and politicians has become more accessible to everyday people who do not necessarily have to be outstanding in any other